she asked. Amelia's face immediately darkened. You're here for a blind date. Chapter 4. Yes, I'm here for a blind date. I smiled slightly. So, shall I not see you off, Miss Lu? Amelia glanced at me, her brow furrowing even more, but she didn't get up. Instead, her gaze shifted to Angelica, her eyes darkening. Miss Lu, I lowered my tone, issuing a second polite invitation for her to leave. The way she was scrutinizing my guest was quite rude. Why the rush? Amelia raised an eyebrow, staring at me with a dark look in her eyes that I couldn't quite decipher. Suddenly, she smirked and let out a light scoff. After all, we've shared a bed for 4 years. How about I check out your new partner for you? Chapter 5. I couldn't help but clench my fists. Amelia, how much more do you intend to hurt me? No need to trouble yourself, Miss Lu. I smiled, lifting my head to look at Amelia. Though my heart felt cold, my grandfather picked this person for me. His judgment won't be wrong. Amelia's eyes narrowed slightly, fixing me with a probing gaze, but she said nothing. The sudden ring of a phone broke the tension. Amelia frowned, took out her phone, and her expression immediately softened. Amelia, aren't you here yet? The deep, magnetic voice was clear enough for even me to hear. Peter. Amelia's gaze swept across my face, her eyes darkening. I'm here, downstairs. Yes, I ran into a friend, exchanged a few words, and now I'm coming up. A friend, just exchanging a few words. I smiled, my fists clenched so tightly that my nails dug into my palms, the pain shooting straight to my heart. Amelia hung up the phone, stood up calmly, and smoothed her dress. Please continue, I won't disturb you. I watched her as she walked upstairs, a dull ache in my chest. Angelica, however, sat down across from me with a serene expression, her delicate features softening into a smile. So, Mr. Su, is it my turn now? Chapter 6. My emotions were instantly pulled back as I looked at Angelica, somewhat surprised. Miss Jiang, you still want to continue? Angelica slightly curled her red lips, her expression extremely natural. Why wouldn't I want to continue? First of all, I have judgment, and I can see what's going on here. I don't think Mr. Su did anything wrong. Secondly, I have a normal perspective on life, so I don't care if a man has had other women before. Lastly, aside from the blind date, I have another matter I need you to take responsibility for. Mr. Su, for a moment, I didn't quite register what I had just heard. I looked at her in shock. Responsibility? A wealthy young lady, asking me to take responsibility? For what? I swear, I don't even know her. Angelica's lips pressed together, and she suddenly said, I have a dog that eats skewers. My brain felt like it was about to short-circuit. What? Angelica took out her phone and placed it in front of me. I looked down in confusion, and with just one glance, I was dumbfounded. It was surveillance footage from a streetlight's perspective. The timestamp was from the night Amelia and I broke up. The 40 million yuan check was lying on the ground. I was clutching a bottle of wine, sitting on the curb outside my hot pot restaurant, crying like a dog. Next to me was an actual dog, sneaking bites of the skewers I had packed from the restaurant. Little dog, why are you wandering around when you have a tag? Were you abandoned too? Damn it, so was I. These skewers are cold. Don't eat them. See that restaurant? I own it. Come here tomorrow at the same time. Okay, we'll be brothers in misery, and I'll treat you to good food every day. In the video, the drunk in me was holding the dog's left ear, rambling on and on. Outside the video, I was so embarrassed I wanted to dig a hole and bury myself in it. The surveillance is clear, and my Max really came back the next night. He waited outside the hot pot restaurant all night. But Mr. Su, you didn't show up. After hearing Angelica's words, my expression froze, because the next day, I received a call about my grandfather's critical condition and went back to the countryside. Angelica locked the phone screen, looked up at me with a faint gaze, thought for a moment, and added, since that night, my Max has truly understood the cruelty of the human heart, and he's been depressed at home ever since. Chapter 7. I tricked a dog into becoming reclusive. This guilt is too heavy to bear. I'll treat him. I must treat him. Let's go buy skewers now, and get the best dog food. I'll go apologize to Max. Angelica slightly pursed her lips, then pulled up her WeChat QR code and placed it in front of me. Clearly, my trustworthiness in her eyes wasn't very high. I quickly took out my phone and scanned her contact information. Seeing the cute golden retriever in her profile picture, I covered my face. Miss Jiang, don't worry, I'll take responsibility. Angelica pursed her lips again, not saying anything one way or the other. Let's go. I quickly got up to follow her, but just as I took a step, I heard the sound of high heels clicking from upstairs. Almost instinctively, I looked up at the second-floor staircase. Amelia was standing there, her gaze deep as she looked at me. Behind her stood a few young ladies who always looked down on me. During my 4 years with Amelia, these women never thought much of me. I was about to leave when a man in a custom-tailored black suit, with an elegant demeanor, walked down from upstairs. I frowned and looked at Justin, who was standing at the bar, frozen like a statue. Why is Peter here too? Seeing Peter, Justin's face changed, and he quickly shook his head at me, mouthing exaggeratedly, "I didn't know." Peter, upon seeing me, perked up, as if completely unaware that Amelia and I had been together for 4 years. He greeted me with great enthusiasm. "Vincente, you're here too. Long time no see." I forced a smile and nodded. "Hope you've been well." Peter pointed at the group behind him, looking helpless. "I just returned to the country, and Amelia and her friends insisted on throwing me a welcome party here. I didn't really want to come, but then Amelia insisted on opening a hot pot restaurant on this street for me, so I came to check out the new location." After saying that, Peter turned around and intimately wrapped his arm around Amelia's waist. Then he looked at me. "I remember you're in the hot pot business too, right? So now we'll be in the same industry. Why don't you come help me check out the place?" "He's getting into the hot pot business too." I quickly raised my eyebrows and looked at Amelia. Chapter 8. Actually, competition within the same industry is quite normal. If it were someone else, I wouldn't feel any particular way about it. But Peter's family owns a massive empire worth billions. So why on earth would they need to open a hot pot restaurant? My family used to be one of the top families in Beijing's elite circle, but my parents passed away early and unexpectedly. Back then, I was just a clueless kid, and all the family assets were divided among the shareholders and uncles. All that was left for me was a nearly bankrupt hot pot chain. Amelia witnessed firsthand how I gritted my teeth and endured countless hardships to finally support this business. I refuse to believe she doesn't understand what kind of impact Peter opening a hot pot restaurant on this street would have on me. As Amelia's gaze swept over me and Angelica, she remained silent for a few seconds before saying blandly, "Don't be petty. Helping Peter won't do you any harm." "Heh, sure. No harm, indeed." Peter discards a woman, then says he wants her back, and I'm supposed to hand her over. Now he wants to encroach on my market share, and I'm supposed to smile and help him. Where does he get the nerve? "Vincente, why don't you come along?" Peter asked sincerely, inviting me once again. I turned my head, sneering, just about to respond. "He's busy, not available." Angelica, who had been quietly standing by, suddenly spoke up, surprising everyone. All eyes turned to her in astonishment, but her expression remained unchanged. Her delicate brows arched slightly as she smiled at Amelia. "He's coming to my place." Then she tilted her head playfully, sticking out her tongue at me. "Didn't you say you'd take responsibility for me? Let's go, shall we?" Chapter 9. Taking responsibility. The way she phrased it was quite subtle. I cast a grateful glance at Angelica and smiled. "Let's go. Going home with someone you just met. Vincente, do you have no shame?" Amelia's words came almost immediately. Everyone present was taken aback by her remark. I frowned, feeling a surge of anger. "And you, holding on to your current boyfriend while managing your ex, do you have any shame? Shouldn't she be focused on helping Peter with his hot pot business? Why does she care where I go?" To clarify, Miss Lu, unexpectedly, Angelica, who had already reached the door, turned back and smiled at Amelia, her eyebrows slightly raised. "Vincente and I didn't just meet. We have quite a history together." Hearing this, Amelia's expression suddenly froze, but Angelica turned around, wrapped her arm around mine, and started walking toward the door. The close contact made the fragrance on her body linger near my nose. Half of my body felt numb from her touch. My mind was buzzing. Her words were odd, but honestly, she wasn't wrong. Chapter 10. Max was indeed deeply hurt by me. A young dog, lying on the balcony, somehow managed to look as if he had aged prematurely. Max,